The drama surrounding world football took a new turn as Donald Trump, never a stranger to controversy, placed himself squarely in the center of the 2026 World Cup conversation. It began with a wave of comments reported by The Athletic, where he floated the idea of relocating matches from cities he described as unsafe, specifically naming Seattle, Boston, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, all of them coincidentally located in states carried by Democrats during the previous election, adding a new layer of political tension to an already delicate global event. Even though the American president does not possess the legal authority to relocate FIFA matches, the effect of his remarks was immediate and organizers were alarmed, worried that the political storm could scare off key sponsors or create public pressure that cities were not prepared to handle. In the midst of this chaos, FIFA attempted to calm the situation by announcing their newly created Peace Prize, scheduled to be presented during the World Cup draw on December 5th in Washington. But the reactions from fans were swift and sarcastic, joking that the inaugural award might as well go to Trump himself. While America found itself wrapped in controversy, Spain experienced a moment filled with nostalgia and emotion. Lionel Messi, now 38 and nearing the twilight of an extraordinary career, quietly returned to the renovated Camp Nou during a brief stay in Barcelona before joining the national team. His visit was unplanned, unannounced, and entirely personal. Under the dim lights of the nearly completed stadium, Messi stepped onto the ground where he became immortal, soaking in the moment without club officials, media crews, or any hint of ceremony. Barcelona's management only learned of his presence after he uploaded photos and videos, capturing the essence of a man revisiting a chapter of his life that defined generations. The sentiment behind his message stirred immediate emotion among supporters across the world. His last match in the stadium took place during the pandemic, played in silence, without applause, chants, or the farewell he deserved. Now, with reconstruction nearly finished and the venue preparing to reopen in early 2026, talk of a one-game return to give him the proper send-off he never received has resurfaced once again. Even if it is symbolic, even if it is brief, the idea alone rekindles something powerful inside a fan base that still sees him as the heart of the club. Meanwhile, Manchester United is bracing for yet another crisis. As Benjamin Zacco deals with a knee injury, the club faces the real possibility of being without three attackers at once. With both Diallo and Garnacho departing for the Africa Cup of Nations and Rasmus Højlund stuck in Napoli with no recall clause in his loan agreement, the situation has turned into a logistical nightmare. Ruben Amorim is already analyzing the January market, eyeing short-term reinforcements who can provide immediate impact without long-term commitments. Premier League experienced forwards, players not participating in international tournaments, and even out-of-favor veterans have suddenly become viable options. United is fighting for a top-4 finish, and losing attacking depth mid-season could derail the entire campaign. The pressure to find a quick solution grows heavier by the day. Elsewhere in Europe, Bayern Munich has begun to lay the groundwork for what could be one of the most cunning transfer moves of the upcoming summer. They have already reached out twice to Juventus regarding Dusan Vlahovic, whose contract expires in just a few months. The Serbian striker could become a free agent, and Bayern sees an opportunity to strengthen their front line without spending a massive transfer fee. While other clubs such as Manchester United and Tottenham have shown interest before, Bayern has emerged as the most serious contender. Juventus is undecided, weighing whether to pursue an extension or allow the forward to explore a new chapter. But Vlahovic remains focused on finishing the season professionally, leaving Bayern quietly confident that a free transfer might fall perfectly into place. And speaking of financial windfalls, Real Madrid is preparing to receive an unexpected €30 million bonus thanks to the rapid rise of Takefusa Kubo. Tottenham is pushing hard to sign the Real Sociedad winger, whose dazzling season in La Liga has turned him into a priority target for the English club. When Madrid sold him in 2022, they cleverly retained 50% of his future resale value. With Tottenham preparing a deal worth around $60 million, Real Madrid stands to collect half of that instantly. No negotiation, no bargaining, no complications. Sociedad has no buyback clause to contend with, making this windfall the maximum financial benefit Madrid can gain from the transfer. For a club constantly balancing massive spending with equally strategic revenue, it is nothing short of a masterstroke. But while Madrid celebrates, Brazil trembles with frustration. Neymar's return to Santos, once seen as a fairy tale homecoming, has started to unravel dramatically. During a recent league match against Flamengo, with Santos trailing by 3 goals, the coach decided to substitute Neymar early. The reaction was instantaneous. The star forward walked straight into the locker room without even watching the final minutes. Moments earlier, Flamengo fans were loudly chanting for him to leave, mocking his struggles and reminding him that Santos risks relegation with only a few matches left. Neymar's behavior intensified the crisis, leading to concerns within the club that they may need to reconsider his contract if his attitude continues to disrupt the dressing room. Reports now suggest that Inter Miami is moving aggressively, offering a lucrative deal and the chance to reunite with Messi and Suarez. The prospect of the legendary trio reforming in the United States is already creating global buzz. But in Brazil, it raises the painful possibility that Neymar may leave Santos suddenly and without a proper farewell. While individual clubs navigate drama on and off the pitch, the international stage is preparing for its own set of challenges. England is deep into preparations for the extreme climate expected during the 2026 World Cup across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Thomas Tuchel's assistant, Anthony Barry, is spearheading a heterosystem tactical model designed to help the team endure soaring temperatures and unpredictable humidity. Training sessions in temperature-controlled tents are becoming routine, and tactical shifts toward short, intense bursts of possession are already in development. The ultimate goal is clear: equip England with the resilience to fight for a second World Cup trophy, their first since 1966. In Spain, Barcelona is preparing a serious defensive overhaul. With injuries and inconsistency plaguing the center-back department, the club is ready to make a major January investment. Their primary target is Borussia Dortmund's Nico Schlotterbeck, a 25-year-old talent valued at around €40 million. Flick views him as the ideal fit for a high-line defensive system and a much-needed stabilizer for a backline that has struggled to stay healthy and reliable. If the transfer goes through, it would mark Barcelona's first major winter reinforcement, and possibly the foundation of Flick's long-term project. And in England, Wolverhampton has made an emotional appointment by bringing in Rob Edwards as head coach. With the club sitting at the bottom of the Premier League table, the task ahead is immense. Edwards returns with deep ties to the club, both as a former player and a member of the coaching staff. Now, with a contract running to 2029 and compensation paid to Middlesbrough, he steps into a rescue mission that will define his managerial legacy. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest football drama, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more story-driven coverage of the sport we all love. Let me know in the comments which storyline shocked you the most and where you think the next big transfer twist will come from. Your engagement helps the channel grow and brings even more world-class content your way.